came to my heart and you set me apart by giving me this second chance. Yeah. Oh, what a savior! What a savior! I have found. I found Yeshua. Yeah. Oh, what a savior! What a savior! I love since He's been loving me. Oh, what a savior! What a savior! I have found.
Shalom, shalom. My name is John Tatum, and I'm here with Dr. Lee Cummings, and he's the author of the Negro Question book series, Who Am I? And we want to talk to him today about his new Docuseries. And this Docuseries highlights untampered artifacts, eyewitness accounts, maps, and other things that prove that the Negro in America is from the kingdom of Judah or Yakda. So we have, without further ado, Dr. Cummings. How's it going, brother?
Hey, I'm doing good. How they treating you?
Man, treating me all right, man. I'm doing good, feeling good, like a Hebrew should. And
Right.
We're so excited about being with you on today. We know that you got this new docuseries, and we want you just to talk about it, man. You got the flow, brother. Go ahead.
Well, if you live in America, you have to be aware of the thunderstorm or the fallout from the Kyrie Irving and the Kanye West proclamation when they stated to the American public that they were the Jews. Well, the documentary or the docuseries that was presented in such a way that it had hostile elements to it. And it was somewhat adversarial, and then there were other religious groups in America that felt insulted.
Yeah.
And so it diluted the truth. And so the purpose of the Negro Question video, I Know Who I Am, was to present all the evidence that proves that the so-called Negro in the Americas, plural, the middle passage, everywhere, is that we are Israel. And that is the impetus and the driving force behind the video.
Okay. Well, we're ready for you to share it, man. I think you're gonna show us a little highlight, a little slides, and talk about it, describe what we're seeing. And man,
Okay.
you got the yes, sir. Go ahead.
Okay, what we're gonna do now is I've selected, I pre-selected these real artifacts. Now, these are real artifacts that come from validated museums or tombs in Egypt that we animated for the purpose of this video and this interview. And so here's one of them. Let me share my screen.
Yes, sir.
And we share my screen. And this is the first artifact that we're going to see. It deals with this artifact that's coming up is dealing with Joseph. Joseph, who was born around 1943 BC. It's not this one here, but the artifact that we're going to be seeing is when this artifact was excavated, I call it the Joseph coin. It never received the fanfare that it should have received in the United States, and here it is right here. This is the Joseph coin. It is a real artifact that I animated.
The Joseph coin. This image of Joseph,
and it comes to us from the Cairo Museum in Egypt.
Was taken.
Now, this coin is about 4,000 years old.
Cairo Museum.
And the reason it didn't receive the fanfare that it should have is because Joseph is portrayed as a man of color.
This is one of the greatest.
What do you think about that?
I like that image, man. I believe I seen that image before. I think I was given a presentation before, and I pulled that image up. But I like the way this docuseries is going. I'm ready to hear about more.
Yeah, it's innovative, and Yahweh gave me Yahweh Tana. Tana in Aramaic means gave or to give. Yahweh Tana Alea gave me the Ruha, the spirit or the inspiration to animate the artifacts.
I love it.
And it's just a beautiful artifact. I always like to say it's a gem amongst the gems. It never, and again, I know we said this already, but I'm going to reiterate anyhow, it never received the fanfare that it should have received. And that's because Joseph is being portrayed as a man of color. This artifact, you could Google it. It's currently being housed at the Cairo Museum in Egypt.
Archaeological finds in church history, yet it never received the fanfare that it deserved.
That's just, it's amazing. It's an amazing piece.
All praise to the Most High, man. That's beautiful.
Well, I appreciate it. And so in the bowels of the video, not only do you're going to get untampered artifacts, the video will teach you the names of the 18th dynasty pharaohs that all had the last name Moses, that adopted Moses. You're going to learn that in the video. You're going to learn the name of the pharaoh that kidnapped Sarah when Abraham went down into Egypt, Pharaoh Intef I. You're going to learn, there's spreadsheets in this video. You're going to learn the start date for the building of Solomon's temple and the completion date, the correct dates that the scholars in this generation, these seminary people, cannot get. So it's a lot. It's a lot.
Beautiful, beautiful. Sound like this docuseries is coming along, man. What else you got?
Well, let me see. I have to put you on hold for a second. If I was on the phone, I could put you on hold. Since we're not on the phone, what are we gonna do, right?
Right. Yeah, this is exciting, man. How long did it take you to do this project? How long was it to come up with
about a month and a half to 2 months, because I already knew the material.
Yeah.
But the hard part of the project was animating the artifacts, putting the closed captions on it, just actually bringing everything together.
And this is your first one out of several others that's coming,
this is
right?
Part one.
Yeah, okay.
This is part one. Let me see. This is we did the Joseph coin. I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna do I want the people to, you know what? Let's do this one. Here, we're gonna bring this one in. Okay, let me know when you're ready.
Okay, I'm ready.
Okay.
And we'll skip down. Verse 11. And
now,
you shall circumcise
this,
the flesh of your
did you share your screen?
There should be a token of the covenant.
No, I didn't. Hold on. Share my screen. Sorry about that, buddy. I was distracted.
Okay, no problem.
Okay.
Looks
now
really good.
And you, 12.
This.
And he that is 8 days old,
this artifact right here,
circumcised among you.
This artifact right here is one of the most amazing artifacts that is presented in this video. And why is that? Because this artifact right here proves that Israel was in Egypt. This is physical evidence because this artifact shows two Hebrew Israelite young men being circumcised. And this circumcision image comes from the tomb of Ankh Hamiel Sakar down in Egypt, and is dated to the 18th dynasty, the 18th dynasty of Egypt being the Exodus dynasty. And you hear these people saying, there's no proof of Israel in Egypt. Well, guess what? Right there on the walls, you see the circumcision. And any scholar in Israel will tell you, circumcision was not given to the sons of Ham, nor to the sons of Japhet. It was only given to the sons of Shem. And we're going to show you, just to show you that this is not an anomaly, we're going to show you another circumcision scene. We got two witnesses. Now, down here in, again, another artifact image taken from the 18th dynasty of Egypt, the Temple of Mut down in Karnak. This is another circumcision scene. What does that mean? We got people saying there's no proof that Israel was ever in Egypt. We got people saying that the Israelites or the Hebrews are trying to steal Egyptian history.
Yeah, that's true.
What I understand is that we spent 430 years in Egypt. The only part of Egypt's history that we desire is those 430 years and any other contact that the Sumerian Hebrews, Abraham was a Sumerian Hebrew, Isaac was a Sumerian Hebrew, and Jacob, before his name was changed to Israel, was a Sumerian Hebrew. So after his name was changed, he was a Sumerian Hebrew Israelite.
Wow. So the
Why
Bible
am I
didn't
saying
borrow.
this? Huh?
Wow. Wow. So the Bible didn't borrow from the Gilgamesh story and all those other
No,
stories that they say that predate the
we
Bible.
are the original Sumerians.
Wow.
We are descended. Adam was a what? A Sumerian what? Hebrew.
Powerful.
Our father Abraham came out of Sumer. How do I know? 11th chapter Genesis says what? He came out of Ur of Sumer, or the Chaldees.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So we are not from the land of Canaan. If they say that, they're telling the truth. We went down into Canaan. From where? From Sumer.
Wow.
And from Sumer, we went where? Down into West Africa.
So this Book of the Dead and all of that, the Book of the Dead, they always talk about that we got everything from that, or we took the commandments, are part of this Ma'at and all that kind of stuff. So that they always say that we're plagiarizing from those other works.
They're saying that see, if you notice something about these people that are doing these interviews or doing these presentations on YouTube and all these Instagrams, they don't have it. There's no one sitting there or standing there that can refute the claim. Not refute the claim based on argument, but based on what? Evidence. So why is the Noah story in part of the Babylonian tablets or the Sumerian tablets? Because Noah was a Sumerian. Why is the Gilgamesh story in there? Because these are that is our history that's been written down on what they call Toldot. Toledot, Toldot, which is what? These are tablets about the generations of an individual that lived. Our fathers wrote these stories. So I'm gonna proceed from here and go to another scene. I'm gonna share another scene with you guys. I want you to see all this.
This is great. This is great information, man. Great information.
Now let me share my screen. I want to show these. I want to show you.
I see it. I see it
already. This is an artifact, an image of King Jehu. Now this is the only image. Well, this is the second image of a king. Well, I got three of them, but this is one of the only images of the king from the northern kingdom, the 10 tribes of Israel. This is King Jehu, and this artifact comes to us from the Black Obelisk that's currently being housed at the British Museum.
Wow.
And you can find this in the Oriental Museum in Chicago, in the British Museum in London. And this artifact shows King Jehu kneeling before King Shalmaneser. This is a real artifact that has been animated. That's the only thing that has been done to it.
I like that.
And it depicts Jehu as a black man with locks and a huge Negro nose with fringes on. So the thing, you can see the fringes here on his garment.
Yeah, yeah.
So there's a whole idea. They said, well, they still an Assyrian. They stole the history of the Assyrians. Why? We didn't steal the history. We spent years in the Assyrian captivity. So what did we do? We were an educated, intelligent people because we had an alphabet. We were able to what? Read, write, and write things down. So no matter where we went, Brother Tate, we wrote a historical narrative of what we saw while we were there.
Powerful. Wow.
So now the seed or the children of the captivity are being penalized because our parents, our forefathers, were educated. You can't tell a man to go down into Egypt for 430 years and not write about it. You can't tell a man to go down into Assyria, the Assyrian captivity, the Babylonian captivity, and not write about it.
Yeah.
And then turn back around and tell a man he's still in history because he's writing about his experience. No. Contrast that, Tate. Contrast what our fathers did versus the barbarians that went down into England in 459 AD. The historians write that as late as 900 AD, the white barbarians could neither read nor write. What is a barbarian, Tate? It is a people that don't possess an alphabet.
Wow.
How can we be penalized for teaching the world? I don't want to get into that. That's not part of our it's not part of our dialogue today. But I'm gonna show you something else. Now, this artifact right here is probably one of the most one of the artifacts that I treasure the most, and there's reasons for that. This artifact that I'm about to show you, this artifact right here, is an image. Well, let me start with the basics. This is an artifact that comes to us from the Black Obelisk. Now, this Black Obelisk is a treasure trove of Hebrew Israelite history. It contains a treasure trove of Hebrew Israelite history. Why? This image that you see on the screen are the princes of Israel from the 10 tribes en route to pay tribute, to pay shekels and whatever it is that Shalmaneser demanded of us. They're on their way down, and there's something about the artifact. You can see they got fringes. You can see the fringes. You can see the locks in their hair. Yeah. You can see the beards, and you can see that they're also depicted as what?
Royalty.
Black folks.
And they royal black folks, man.
This is not the carpenter. This is not the guy that's moving furniture in the video. We got all kinds of stuff on this video.
Yes, sir.
But these are the princes of Israel, not Judah. But this goes to show you that Israel and Judah look what? Just alike. Why? Because they're brothers. What do the law say? The law say this: if a man's brother, if his ox and his sheep go astray, and Lord said, if you find that ox or that sheep, Lord said, keep it until your brother comes to get it. He said, and if you don't know your brother, you don't know him, still hold on to it till he shows up. What does that tell me? We are brothers, whether we know you or not.
Yes, sir. Yes,
that's cold, ain't it?
That's cold, man.
So this is what the Negro Question video presents. It presents you scholarship. This is another real artifact that the Lord has blessed, that Yahweh has Baruch blessed us with.
Wow.
So we can actually start bringing these people, these individuals back to life. We are animated. We're resurrecting these people, Tate.
And you're narrating all of this as this is going on, right?
In the video. And you can see at the bottom of the video that we got the closed caption going.
Yeah, yeah.
So this video is ready to go.
Okay.
Now I'm gonna hit you with a couple more spots. I don't want y'all to see everything. I'm gonna hit you with this one though, because I think that this is gonna be amazing. Now, this video right here, this artifact right here comes to you from the British Museum. This is the Israelites going into the Assyrian captivity in 722 BC. Then you'll notice something about the artifact. They got cornrows. Yeah. They got cornrows, and their beards were so big that they braided their beards. And so, who is this? So, this teaches you something else. That in the recesses of the so-called Negro's mind, he still remembers how he used to dress and look. Why? In the ghettos of America and in the Americas, what do our sons wear? Braids. Braids all over, cornrows. Cornrows, braids, just like who? Our fathers. And you look at this guy that's running around saying he Israel, that's living in Jerusalem. He can't get his hair to do this. Powerful. We don't have no problem with them people, but you can't tell me that I'm not Israel when I look like all the artifacts. Wow. I'll hit you with maybe one or two more places, and then we can see as you fast forward it though. Know that. Well, you can see some of the artifacts. Yeah. Okay, I have no problem with that because this is oh man. Yeah, we get a good look at what you got, man. Now this artifact right here that's in the video, this is the Ashanti priest coming across the Pryor River. And this Ashanti priest has around his neck 12 stones. And on top of this cap, this mitra, he has Holy to Yahweh. Now, wow. Yeah. And the thing about it is, this artifact right here comes to us from the London Times in 1874. What does that mean? As late as 1874, they knew that we was Israel. And yeah, that's right. 1874. That's only been 150 years ago. And so, you know me, I animated this artifact as well. This is a
But you got actually maps that's older than this, though, don't you?
Yeah, we got maps from 1723 in this video, 1747 that proves that the slave coast, the original name of the slave coast, is the Kingdom of Judah. So listen, this video has like about 5 or 6 moving parts to it. It has untampered artifacts. It has animation. It has the video asks questions.
Wow.
To you. So if you and your family sitting around the video, guess what? Now it turns into Q&A for the family.
Yeah.
You got timelines, spreadsheets, artifacts, animation, narration.
Wow.
What more could you ask for?
Man, you put it together. You brought the noise, like we say in Chi-Town.
Hey, listen, man. The idea behind the video, and this narrated video, is to present a piece of work that can be presented to the masses and come out unscathed, meaning that it won't be trampled over by the people who are trying to distort the truth. This video could go out into the public and come back unharmed.
This has been great, Dr. Cummings. How do we now go about getting and purchasing this presentation?
Go right here to the Negro Question bookstore.
Okay.
And from here, you can toggle down. You can see where it says you can rent the video for $7.99, 3-day rental, or you could buy it for $35, and it's immediate download. Come down here. When you go buy now, it brings you right here. Click. All you gotta do is click on this right here, or you can click right here, buy now. It runs you right over to the screen. You click on there, make your little payment, and the video gets downloaded to you. It's that simple.
Africa has had hundreds of millions of people with this identity right now of being from the people of Israel. Does that mean they were from the 10 tribes? Likely not. We were taught by the historians and within our own traditions that when the Romans conquered Judea, a few hundred years after that the tribes of Israel went into exile, perhaps millions of Judeans were sold into slavery, into Africa, into Rome, deep into Africa. And if you look now, you're seeing people who are most likely the descendants of those slaves who kept true. I'd like to bring up a few specific examples because they're going to be game changers. One of them wrote letters to Israel when it became a state. And they said, we're Israelites out in Africa. You know, everyone laughed at them and they said, African Israelites, these people are just trying to jump on the first world country bandwagon. They're living in a third world country. They got nothing. We're coming to Israel. We got innovation, technology. So they're trying to get on this train because there's such a thing called the right of return. All descendants of the Jewish people from around the world are able to move to Israel. So they said we are also. And everyone kind of laughed at them, like I said. And a few people took it serious and went out there and started studying them, learned about their culture. And a professor from Duke University went out there and did DNA testing on them. And they showed not only did they share Semitic genes from people who were in Yemen back to the Middle East, these gentlemen, a large percent of them, have the Y chromosome to be Kohanim, to be priests. Now, if anyone who doesn't know, a priest is a specific family clan of the nation of Israel who come from Aaron, the brother of Moses, who was the first priest. And anyone descended from Aaron has the status title priest. And we found that these men in this village in South Africa called Lemba, Lemba, carry this genetic marker to let us know that they share the same as from the Sephardic and the Ashkenaz and the population of the people in Israel today. They share the same exact DNA marker. That's mind-blowing. So everyone kind of got humbled a little bit who laughed at them and said, now what? Now what do we do about this? This could have tremendous implications. Another area in Africa, you have something big happening is in Nigeria. You have the Igbo people, or Igbo, pronounced either way. There's 40 million of them, also Christians, like I spoke about before, how that could happen to the children of Israel very easily. But also a lot of them are now coming out and converting back or adopting the rules of the Torah without all the paganism that they've been practicing for hundreds of years. There's been books written about it from scholars in Nigeria, from scholars from the Jewish people. And where it gets interesting is, in America, there was a slave trade. And a lot of the slaves, a very high percentage of them, came from Western Nigerian ports. And in America today, you see a very large movement of African Americans who say that they're the real chosen people, that they're the children of Israel, they're the Judeans. You know, so what are they just trying to create an identity for themselves because they were slaves, or is there really something here? And the answer is most likely there is something there. And most likely, maybe that they were the original Israelites, and maybe that the Jewish people today who are white, Caucasian people came in a little bit later on. We know that some of the greatest sages of the transmission of the Torah were converts from Rome. You have a man named Onkelos who wrote a commentary on the Torah, unprecedented, that we still learn today. He was a convert. Some of the largest pillars on the transmission today were Roman converts. So here we are, we're Caucasian Jewish people. And now you have people in Africa saying that they're the real people of Israel. It can't be ruled out at all. We know they were sold into slavery.
What's so unique about that confession was that it came from an Edomite priest. Now, the video is going to teach you all that. The video is going to give you all the evidence that you need. You could walk to the United Nations with the evidence from this video. It's only an hour and 20 minutes long, but that conclusion should tell you something on the other side of the screen. I told you. As late as 1874, they knew who you were. That's only 150 years ago in the backyard of time. And here we got this guy, this white Edomite, and I'm only using the term white as an adjective to describe an Ashkenazi, saying the same thing. Who you gonna believe? Who are you gonna believe?
Powerful.
That's all I got.
Well, thank you, brother. This has been just a wonderful presentation, and we sure gonna go out and support this video. And I'll make sure I go online now so I can download me a copy.
Came to my heart and you set me apart.